back to my channel. You have already seen this face before, and if you haven't, go watch my previous video where I show and link his face and his social media. He is Lex, y'all.
He is Lex.
He is Lex. He is back here again. We are going to film a video today. And
Story time.
Story time with 606 Kari at the park. Do you want to start telling it?
Sure.
Okay.
What year did this happen?
2015. This happened in 2015 because it was my prom. It was the day of my prom, y'all. I didn't go, just let you know.
She lied to her mom so that we can go to this freaking concert, which we didn't even have tickets for.
We didn't have tickets. We literally just balled it.
It was the day of the concert. I was at home and we really wanted to go, so we looked up ticket prices that day because like odds are there were some tickets that weren't bought and people are trying to get rid of them, so they were cheap. We still didn't buy the tickets though.
No.
But we already had like begun to like be on our way to go to the train station.
Yeah.
Because keep in mind, like from where we live, the concert was in Tinley Park, so that's like a good 30 miles away. So we had to take, you know, the Amtrak or Metro. One of
Metro.
those.
Yeah. We took the train. Yeah. So yeah, it was like a suburb. Like I think it was an hour away from Chicago.
It was a good hour and something.
It was a good hour. We're at the train station. We're buying our tickets for, you know, to Tinley Park.
Keep in mind, we still didn't buy the LANA tickets yet. We have to get over there first of all, right?
Yes. And so he's buying the tickets. I'm getting a phone call from my mom and she's like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm at my friend's house. I'm about to get my prom makeup." And she's like, "Okay, send me photos. Like, I want to make sure that you're really there." Yeah, she was already sus that I wasn't going.
So we get the tickets finally, we board the train, and we get to buy our concert tickets. But thankfully, we found two for under $100, and they were some decent seats. We weren't further back in the lawn of this outside venue, but we were still close enough to see LANA and be under like the canopy.
Yeah.
So it had not started raining yet in Chicago, but on our ride there, it started to pour, and it was raining by the time we got to Tinley Park. Yeah, there was no Ubers to like...
Yes, there were Ubers. There were just no Ubers there. Like this was a point in which Uber still hadn't extended, or it wasn't that popular at the time, I think, because there weren't Ubers in the suburbs, only in the city at the time.
Yeah. So we walked. It was a good mile or something because it took us like 30 minutes to an hour, I feel like, to walk. It's like 30 minutes to an hour, I feel like, to walk.
Yeah.
And it was raining.
It was raining, it was windy. This was May 30th, 2015. You know, usually around that time, I think beforehand it was like warm, and so we kind of thought it was going to be warm, so we didn't really take like much in terms of apparel. Like we didn't think we were gonna need a jacket or anything, but you did, I think.
I brought a waterproof jacket. My jacket happened to be waterproof, thank God. And I brought a blanket because I thought we would like be sitting on a lawn or something.
Oh yeah.
So I brought a blanket.
Yeah.
So that was a good choice. You'll see why coming up. Keep that in mind. But yeah, so we eventually get to the concert venue. They scan our tickets, we get in. Homegirl is late, like 30-45 minutes to start the show.
Yeah, I think the show got delayed regardless because it was raining that hard. Like it was just pouring. Okay, but by the time we got there, we were just soaked. Like my shoes were soaked. I literally went to the bathroom and I put paper towels or toilet paper in my shoes because it was just that bad. Also, I don't know if you can hear me.
There was a lot of people there.
No.
Shout out to Chicago, living next to an airport. We get into the venue, it's packed.
It's hella
It's
packed.
cool though.
It
We're just
stopped
excited
raining.
to be there.
It stopped raining. I remember this vividly. I'm like, oh, bless, it stopped raining. Like, at least I can dry off or whatever.
Somewhat. We were just happy to be inside. Like, everything went well. Our tickets scanned on our phones perfectly. We were good to go. We neglected to check what time was the last train because I guess... Well, I didn't want to like face the fact that we would have to leave early from the concert.
Yes. I do remember this. I was like, we would have to leave early if you wanted to get back to, you know, to
the train station on time. Because it's still like an hour walk to get back.
Yeah.
All the way back to the train station.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a ride and we didn't know anybody there.
Yeah.
But LANA started like a good 30 to 45 minutes late. Like Everybody was moist at this point. There were flower crowns all over the place with winged eyeliner. There was a lot going on at this concert. Oh, we had a plastic poncho. Where did we get a poncho from?
I don't even know. I think we were talking about our ponchos that somehow we got ponchos. I feel like they were selling ponchos there at one point, but I really don't know.
We ended up sharing the poncho.
Oh, yeah.
We only had one.
Yeah.
But we both fit inside of it comfortably.
Yeah. Oh.
And we were keeping warm that way because it was cold AF. You think in like the end of May it would have warmed up, but
Yeah.
not in Chicago, not in Illinois. No. So the concert was great. I mean, we could barely hear her, but it was great.
Yes. But at one point it started raining again, so all the rain, it was just going in like that, and so it was just hitting our backs like this.
Yes.
Like I just remember that vividly.
Even though we were under the canopy,
Yeah.
the wind was so strong that it didn't even matter. Everybody was getting wet. Lana was getting misted. You know, her hair was blowing everywhere.
Yes, she had a fan.
It was a good time. We were living our best lives. It was, what was it? It was her summer, what was the tour called? Summer. Courtney Love was supposed to be there. She wasn't there. But it's okay. Concert went until like around 10 p.m. And at this point, we had to face reality and check what time was the last time of the train on our little, Amtrak pamphlet or whatever. Turns out, we had just missed it when the concert ended. And the next move was to figure out how to get back to the train station. And we tried to hitch a ride.
I know. I was just like, Alex, go ask somebody. And he didn't want to do it. So I remember asking this girl and this guy, I don't remember. And I was like, hey, where do you guys live?
Are you guys from Chicago?
Are you guys from Chicago? And they're like, yeah. And then I was like, would you be able to give us a ride to Chicago by any chance? And they said no. And I was just like, okay, next.
Right.
And I think I just asked 2 other people, and they said no too. And by that time, we had given up. Everybody was leaving, so
Everybody
it was kind of
gone.
Yeah, of course, because it was raining and they just got into their cars, and then there was hella traffic too.
Mm-hmm.
And so then after that, at that point, we just
we decided to walk back to the train station, see what would happen. But we weren't the only ones walking back on the street this time.
This is
there
true.
were plenty of other people walking back to the train station.
I do remember
who
this.
also missed the train. But by the time we got to the station, there was really nobody there.
Yes.
Just a handful of people.
But that literally was a shame of walk, y'all. Because we were walking with the flow of traffic. So everybody looked at us. Everybody saw how moist we were.
It was still somewhat raining.
It was still somehow raining, yes. And then that walk was so long. We had to go through hills. I remember it was just
big ass hills. 30 minutes, like an hour. 30 minutes to an hour.
Same.
I literally had $3 on me, and we were hungry.
Same.
We really had not eaten this entire day.
Yeah, I literally had no money either. Oh my god.
We spent our last money just getting there and buying the ticket. So we were really winging it, honestly. All this for Lana. Love you.
Lana.
If you're watching this, if this ever reaches you.
I hope it does reach you, Lana. You need to know the struggle, okay? You need to know what we went through for you. I skipped prom for you.
Of course, we get back to the train station. Of course, there's no train coming until the next morning. So...
But the worst part is that the train station was an outdoor station.
It was.
And whatever was in the inside wasn't even open. I don't know what was inside. It was just a little store, I think. But
it was locked.
But it was locked.
It was some cafe thing going on.
Yeah, and it was closed, obviously. So what did we do?
We started to we were able to charge our phones. They were outdoor outlets. Bless. So we were able to get on Google Maps. We tried getting on Lyft or Uber.
Yeah, we did. We tried it.
We really did not want to call.
Well, I remember thinking of wanting to call a taxi, but again, we had no money, so we didn't know how.
Yeah, we didn't know how this was gonna work out. And we were both against calling our parents because we weren't really supposed to be in Tinley Park at this point.
Yes, we were not supposed to be there, y'all. During this time, I was on Snapchat, screenshotting everything that was happening at prom so I could send to my mom. That's the funniest thing ever.
and we were so hungry. I had like $3, so we walked to the closest 7-Eleven, which was a little bit of a walk, but that's fine. We had nothing else to do.
Yeah. We had like, okay, by that time, what time? It was like 11:30, 12?
It was like midnight.
Yeah, midnight. We still had 6 hours.
To wait for this freaking train, and it was still raining.
It was still
of
raining,
course.
of course.
It was cold AF. We split like a $2 burrito from 7-Eleven. It was really good at that point.
I
not
had
gonna lie.
never had a burrito until then, and I remember you saying these are really good, and I was against it, but I was also super hungry, so I was like,
We
you know
had
what?
no choice.
I had no choice.
It was like worth the $2 though. Like,
Yeah, and we stayed there for as long as we could. We ate that burrito hella slow, also because we were trying to savor and like.
And we were like stealing napkins, trying to like dry ourselves. Our clothes were moist.
Yes, I really wanted to stay there. Like I really wanted to tell him, can we please stay here? I
It was
also
getting kind of weird. The guy was just looking at us like,
very sus. Like there was a bar across the train station, and I kept telling Alex, like, dude, let's go in there, but you were so against it. You're
I
like,
was
no.
so nervous too. We were like, what, like 17 or 18 or something?
Yeah.
We were really young, and I felt like they were gonna tell us we couldn't stay. But now, in hindsight, I felt like we could have just went in there. They would have understood like
Yeah,
the struggle.
that's what I was thinking. I should have just left.
So we rough it out at the train station for a little bit longer.
Oh my god.
But this is where it gets interesting.
This is where the story begins, y'all.
You don't even know. The story hasn't even started, okay?
That was just like a preview.
Do you know the basic human necessities is food, water, and shelter?
Right.
Obviously we had water. We had like a little bit of food. We were fine.
Yeah, we're okay.
But we needed shelter because this outside station, we were getting wet. It was cold.
It was cold, windy, just cold wind.
And I don't know what called us to go to the parking lot, but we did. And there was a porta potty. A handicap porta potty.
I remember it was like a beige porta potty. Yes, handicapped.
And it was really big. You know, it's like triple the size of a regular porta potty for the wheelchairs and whatnot.
Yes.
But we needed shelter. We were really tired and cold. I had my blanket, thank the Lord.
Yes.
And we go inside this porta potty. But get this, it was brand new. Like
Yes.
sealed up with plastic and everything.
So we're in the porta potty, y'all.
And it's sealed. Like there's nothing inside. There's not even like the blue sanitary liquid that goes in the toilet. It's empty. There's plastic wrap on it still. So we were like, okay, this is fine. Like this is shelter. We're warm. There was like I remember like there was the biggest draft under the door though, and that was not gonna cut it. So we used some of the plastic to like make a barrier from that cold air.
We literally used it to cover ourselves.
Yes, along with the blanket that I brought. Like,
Yeah.
which was like the thinnest blanket ever. Like, we were like literally like this, like cuddling for warmth. I fell asleep on her lap. She was like this on the wall.
Yes, yes.
So
I
we
was
got
so uncomfortable.
we got a few hours of a little bit of somewhat sleep, if you want to call it that. Like, it wasn't comfortable, but we weren't in the rain and the cold anymore, so we were fine.
Yeah. Just when we thought we were safe and somewhat warm from like what we were from before.
And we could wait it out until the train gets here in the morning.
Right, we're like, we have shelter.
This was the move.
We're like, we're okay, like I can live through this. I think it was like at around 3, 4 in the morning. I hear a truck, you know?
A big ass truck.
And it's beeping. And obviously I'm like, I know that's like usually a sign that someone's reversing.
Yeah. It was like a reversing noise.
But they backed up, okay? And all I hear is like the door slamming.
Someone's getting out.
Someone's getting out. And we're like sus about it.
We're locked inside the porta potty.
Yeah, we lock it, right?
Yeah.
And then they knock.
And we were shook. Like,
and
could
I was
you
like,
imagine? We
I
looked
was
a
like,
hot mess.
I was like, please tell me this person's trying to use the porta potty, please. And I didn't even want to open the door, and I think I said you.
Oh my God, we had already gotten comfortable. We were all spread
Yes.
out. We had taken off like our socks or whatever, like trying to let them dry, patting them with toilet paper. Let me tell you, we packed up our shit so quick.
Yes.
We threw everything in our book bags, and we got up after he knocked, and we panicked.
We literally left there running.
We swung the door open, and we
Yes.
both ran. 'Cause
Yes.
obviously a guy and a girl inside the porta potty across the street from a bar looks sus.
Very sus. And then
he took away our porta potty.
I still can't believe that happened. Like at 3 a.m, this brand new porta potty wasn't even touched, and all of a sudden somebody comes and takes it. Like it was just meant for us, and then what do you know?
With our luck.
So
at this point we have no choice but to rough it out and wait at the train station until sunrise around 5, 6 in the morning.
6 in the morning, yes.
And then the train comes.
But let me just say, the remainder of the time that we waited, I literally thought I had gotten, or I was getting frostbite. Like I just couldn't move. He was charging his phone, I remember this, and he looked so calm, and I was like,
I was alright.
He was like, I'm like, how are you doing this? Because I was shivering, and I just couldn't take it.
I was only wet from like the waist down.
I was wet everywhere, man. Like my shoes. That's the one thing that killed me. My shoes. Like I would have been okay with everything else, but my shoes, but my feet.
Right.
Eventually the train came, and
oh my God, I've never been so happy.
Yeah.
And I remember we just slept the whole train ride. We didn't say a word. We were just exhausted and drained. Anyway, the moral of the story is
just do it. Have fun.
Yeah.
Have
Take
fun.
the adventure for what it is.
Don't regret anything. You'll laugh
I definitely do
at
something
everything.
like that again.
Yeah, me too. You'll laugh at it in the end. Like the struggle is real in the moment, but pain is temporary, and you'll get over it.
And the memories that we have now. Have you ever done anything crazy and wild that you kind of cringe at in your past? Let us know in the comments below. You know.
You're such a good YouTuber.
I know, right? Generic YouTube things. Like.
Generic YouTube things. But yeah, guys, this is He Is Likes. This was a story time.
606 Kari, subscribe.
Subscribe down below. Like
hit the bell icon.
Yes.
If you like
Turn
what
on
you
those
see.
notifications.
Like this video, dislike this video.
Yes, give me a view. It doesn't matter. A dislike is giving me something, you know, it's giving me feedback. It means that you watched it and you didn't like it.
If you want us to go on an adventure and just film it and do something crazy, let us know. We'll definitely do it.
Yes.